Strategic planning is very practical and should impact every aspect of your organization. Now that's a big statement. Strategic planning is very practical and should impact every aspect of your organization. It means strategic planning reaches down to the grassroots of your organization. Whoever are the frontline workers, strategic planning impacts the way in which they do their work, and then it flows up through the organization. There has at times in the past been a sense that strategic planning is a governance tool. It's something which sits over the top. It's a way in which the board can direct the way in which the organization should move forward. Strategic planning in a competitive sense needs to be a lot more than that. It needs to actually permeate through the entire organization and, in the words, touch and impact every aspect of the organization. So when you think about your strategic planning and you think about the process in which you adopt, the way in which that strategic plan is then communicated through the organization and the way it reaches through, does it impact and touch every aspect of the organization? The second aspect of strategic planning is it honestly almost just has a single focus, and that single focus is your clients, who your clients are, what their needs are, and how you are going to support them and deliver services to them. It is the core of your strategic plan around which everything else is built. It is the focus which you have of your strategic plan. There's an underlying premise, and the premise is that if we deliver better value than anyone else in the marketplace to our clients, then we will be sustainable and successful. A focus on value will lead us forward. In a commercial context, if organizations purely focus on profit and making profit, then they quite often lose track with where their clients are going to. It's much better for them to focus on their clients and their client needs and allow that to lead the organization forward. And if they deliver better value than anyone else, the clients will stick with them. Well, we're in a not-for-profit sector, so we're not focused and not interested on profiteering, but we're certainly interested in profitability because we need to be profitable to be sustainable. And our focus is really no different. It comes back to who are our clients, what are their needs, how are their needs changing, and how we can meet those. So strategic planning is practical and impacts every aspect of the organization, and it has a focus of client needs and client value. Strategic planning then allows you to set direction, alignment, and focus. This is where we're going as an organization. This is how all the parts of the organization function and come together, and this is the focus which we're going to have. This is how we're going to deliver value. So when you begin to get these contexts in your mind and you begin to think about preparing a strategic business plan, you should be saying, okay, it has to be very practical. It has to impact every aspect of the organization. It's all about our clients, and we want it to set direction, alignment, and focus. Who should be involved in the strategic planning process? The people who should be involved are those who know your clients and your business intimately. So often, at times, there is a tendency to keep strategic planning up the top, to do the planning, the top of the organization, and then just push it down. It's important for us to include in the strategic planning process those people who know our clients the best, who know our organization the best, and quite often they are not the people at the top of the organization, quite often they are the frontline people. So I would encourage you in doing your strategic planning to include key persons from within all levels of the organization who know the business well, because we're going to want to have their insights, their innovation, their creativity, their understanding about who are our clients, what are their real needs, how are they changing, how can we do things better, and how do we organize ourselves to achieve that. And quite honestly, strategic planning often flows up the organization and sends messages up through senior management and to the board about how we need to change the organization. So they're just some opening comments. Practical, impact every aspect of the organization, absolute client focus, direction, alignment, and focus, and drawing in the organization in preparing the plan. So with that context in mind, what I would like to do now is just to walk through and just to talk about some different aspects, maybe the word perspective is better, of strategic business planning. And there's 5 which I would like to touch on. I would like to talk about strategy and structure. I would like to talk about life cycles. I'd like to talk about client needs and value a bit more. I would like to talk about measurable outcomes and goal achievement. So allow me just to look at these 5 aspects and just begin to hopefully broaden and open the understanding which you have within your organization of strategic planning and how it can actually empower your organization to move forward and become far stronger in the value it delivers.